picture. I was much louder last episode, so I turn myself down. Generally, when that happens, you become much louder. I haven't told anyone that we're streaming today. I wonder if we have some Noti gang or not. What games do you want to start with?
We just go chronological.
Yeah, we could do that.
We can do the Pats first too if you want.
It's not that entertaining.
It's not, is it? It was a good weekend. We got like 50-50.
Yeah. No, there was two bad games,
Not
and they
even
were the Sunday and
four
Monday.
to
And that's
six.
about it.
Yeah.
All the other teams were good. All the other games
Yeah.
were good. All right, so then we start with the Rams and the
Yeah.
Panthers. All right.
I'm so tired. Don't know why.
Do not disagree. That's okay. We've done more tired pods.
Did you get a haircut?
And I just shaved my face a little bit too slim on the
No.
sides. Yeah, I know, but my haircut's the same. It does look like look different on the camera. I noticed
It
it at
does
work
look different.
today too. I was like, huh, it's much thinner than normal. Oh. All right, you good?
Ready to roll.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, and 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Doing well, Chris. I this came late in the mail, but look what the good old wizard sent me. A little Christmas
What's
card.
that? Oh, nice. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be a chick card
No,
because I
it's
couldn't get
not a Chick-fil-A gift card that we earned, but a nice little happy holidays. Thank you
the
to
handwritten.
yeah, it's from the person I
Oh,
bought my
nice.
tickets from. Shout out Aaron. Appreciate the card. A little late, but that's okay. Who's judging? It's the thought that counts.
I blame it on the postal service, not the
Yeah,
wizards.
that's true. We always blame it on the postal service. Um, so we had NFL Super Wild Card Weekend is finished up, and super indeed it was. We were just talking about it. We had two bad games, and we had a pretty good weekend. So we're gonna start out chronologically with the Panthers and the Rams. Super fun game. It's a great encapsulation of the Panthers season. It was literally the backdoor Bryce Panthers, and they
Well,
almost did it.
let's not discredit them with the backdoor verbiage
I don't think
here.
it's
They had a
yeah,
lead
I
in
don't think it's a discredit. It's an
well,
accomplishment. You're backdooring at the end.
well,
You're getting in there.
backdoor. I think of like you're down 2 touchdowns and you score with 20 seconds left to backdoor a +10.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
they had a
That's true.
lead
No, they had a lead.
with a
Yeah,
chance
yeah,
to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Like they
That's
had the
true.
ball
That
with
is
a chance
true.
to go win the game.
That
So
is
I
true.
don't.
That is
As much as
100%
we
true.
joke about the backdoor Bryce, you got to give credit where credit's due.
That's true. That is a good point. I didn't mean it, I guess, as much as literal sense as just a nickname that we like throwing around. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It wasn't a direct backdoor. Um, they had a fantastic game. The Rams had had a great ending to the game. Didn't have a super fantastic game, but I mean 34-31. The over was easy. I felt like the 10.5. It felt like after a little bit, there was at one point the live line got to up to 16.5, and I was like, this is getting outrageous. Like the Rams are not just gonna start pouring it on this team. And and then from there it seemed like the Panthers really like they they started out slow and bad, and then all of a sudden they were right back into it.
Yep.
Um I don't really know what to do with Bryce Young. They're gonna get they signed his 5th-year extension. He's gonna have $25 million. He got you this far. He got you into a tight game in this where you weren't favored. at all. You weren't even close. So 10.5 point underdogs at home, and it gets you in a position to almost win the game. They were like what 0 for 4 on fourth downs. I guess it's like 0 for 3 on fourth downs. I mean,
especially
all
with
the
football.
signs are going towards good season by Bryce Young.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've talked this whole season about how the position that they're in is the one is an unenviable one, right? Like you had to know at the end of the season whether or not Bryce Young was your guy or not. And we're not 100% sold, but we're also like I feel way more excited about next year after like what we just witnessed. And obviously like there were plenty of hiccups along the road with Bryce Young, and I still think that there's definitely a ceiling there, but like I mean, you really couldn't have asked for a better season.
And there's improvements to be made.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, it's not like it's this whole season is, you know, Bryce Young is not carrying this Panthers team. They have other
Yeah, it's not like this
issues.
is the
Like,
ceiling.
right, yeah. So you could shore up the defense. Like, you could probably beef up the offensive line a little bit. They have good Like, you have a great rookie receiver who's going to win Rookie of the Year. You have another really good young receiver in Jalen Coker who had a great game, and once he got healthy was pretty good down the stretch for them. So I think they're in a pretty good spot. Like, is, are we allowed to kick the can down to next year and say, well, next
Why
year?
not? Why not make it and break it? I
I
mean,
think
when you have the option of the fifth year option and it's $25 million, you just sign it. As long as they don't do anything drastic, like extend them now, then I think you're in the clear. You just figure it
yeah,
out and do it again.
yeah, I agree.
So hopefully that's what
Like,
they
he's
do.
probably better than Daniel Jones, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
we
I
did
think
this
towards
whole
the end
Daniel
of
Jones
games, like,
trade.
I agree with the Daniel Jones trade. And we'll see what Sam Darnold looks like in the playoffs after this bye week. And the San Francisco defense is not very good, but so maybe he looks fantastic. But I think eventually we'll see. Like, I'm not saying Bryce Young is better than Sam Darnold is right now, but played pretty damn well in this playoff game. And I know they didn't win. I know they didn't convert on the fourth down at the end of the game, but it was impressive to a sense of his first playoff game being in this against the Rams.
Yeah,
I think he's definitely better than Daniel Jones charade. I think Daniel Jones looks way worse against, and he did play against the Rams in this regular season, but given the playoff pressure, I don't know, maybe it looks a little different. I know he did look good against the Rams earlier this year, but um, this is now Bryce Young doing it twice.
yeah. I mean, has there ever been a team that's like this excited after a playoff loss?
Oh, this is the
Like, this was
most,
just a fun
yeah,
season, and it
yeah.
was like you said at the beginning, it basically captured their whole season. Like, they finished the season under 500,
Hmm.
but it was a hell of a ride,
It
and this
was.
game was the same way.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like,
I think you definitely have optimism walking out of here. There's definitely a lot of room or space on the roster where positions can be upgraded. I think they should have money, right?
yeah, they should have money.
Like,
Unless it's all
where
tied up in the guards that they've signed. But I think they should
sign
have money.
Horn to a massive deal too, right?
JC Horn, yeah, they just signed him to a massive
Yeah,
deal. He's so for I like him. He's a Gamecock, but he's so pedestrian for the money that he's making.
yeah. Well, he's making like 30 million a year,
Yeah,
right?
it's the draft pick sticker. Like he's got the sticker price to him
Yeah,
because he was
first
the
round
eighth
pick.
overall pick. Yeah. And my boy Xavier Legette didn't do much. None of the Gamecocks did really much of anything in this game, honestly. Which is a sad part. They have the most in the league, and I mean Wernham got 2 tackles. JC Horn got 2 tackles, and that's about it. That's the accolades for the Gamecocks. Um, I guess it was a good kick return by Xavier Legette. It was pretty solid. Not anything fantastic, but it was solid. Um, the Rams side, it's funny. It also feels like this the least amount of credit that the fifth seed is ever getting for beating a 4 seed, and like maybe it's because it's 5-6 and it's such a. I mean, they were an 8-9 team, so. But
They
now,
were 10-point favorite.
yeah, they were a 10 point favorite. That's true. But Yeah, the Rams, I mean, they did take care of business when it came to late in the game. Matthew Stafford, they knew that they were gonna get like they had to know that they were gonna lose when Matthew Stafford got the ball at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like it was destined. It was like, all right, you've had your fun. Now Matthew Stafford's just gonna drive right down the field and win this game. Like they're not supposed to lose yet. We still need to see them in an epic
Mhm.
game against the Seahawks or um, something like that. Like this is not gonna be their epic goodbye. Is
Yeah, yeah.
this Panthers lost?
That would have been
Um,
upset. Like long term, it's like in March Madness when you get
yeah,
like
we didn't
the
want to see the
upsets
Panthers
at the
again.
beginning. No, nobody wanted to see the Panthers go to Seattle. Like Bryce Young in a home playoff game against a team with a middle of the road defense. You know, when you catch them on the right day, it is good fun. But Bryce Young going to Seattle, the number one DVOA defense, probably in a Saturday night game is just going to be disgusting. They're going to lose 24 to
Like
3.
what we talked about with the Panthers, like how excited they are, and like how this was like it was such a not loss. It would
Mhm.
have felt better if they made one more game and then they got their butt whooped by Seattle.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
it wasn't even close. It was like, this was
Yeah.
all a fraud, and, like, the Rams were actually the biggest frauds of them all, and, like, this was like, that would have been the narrative if they get butt whooped
Oh,
by
yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Um, or I guess they wouldn't even have to play Seattle. They would play the Bears, right? I wonder if that would be an interesting game.
Oh, I guess they would play the Bears, yeah.
I really do
That would
wonder
be
if
a
that
little
would be that might be, like, a cardiac game. That might be an electric game. Um, but I
I
feel
just
like
can't see
it's
them going on the road. Like, they seem like a team that's just, like, comfortable. Do they have a nickname for their I don't think they do.
the Panther Stadium.
But, yeah,
They're also the bank. There's a
just the
couple of
Bank
number of banks. Yeah, yeah. They're also the
or
bank. There's a couple number of
Banks.
banks. I
But they
guess
do
like
seem like a team that really can only win against good teams at the Bank.
yes, but and also in that sense, it's like basically long story short is like what they're feeling now is what they would have felt if they had won this game. Like honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. And then
Right.
they yeah
Yeah.
less
You knew you weren't winning
technically
the Super Bowl.
exactly. Like, technically, you would win one more you would have won one more playoff game than you did, but it feels like you won it anyway, so you might as well walk away. Let us all get to see the Rams play the Bears
Yeah,
instead of you guys, because that's gonna be a good game coming up this weekend is the
yeah.
Rams and the Bears.
Dude, this I mean, we'll get into it, but this bracket is really, really nice to look at.
A lot of
Like,
fun
these matchups
teams.
are great matchups.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun teams.
And good stadiums for playoff games.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah,
Great stadium.
you get Seattle, Denver, Patriots, and Soldier Field.
Yeah. I
That's a good
mean, Broncos, Seahawks, Patriot, like, I mean, this is just 2013.
yeah, we're back. We're back. As much as
Maybe that's why I like it so
yeah, I was
much.
gonna
I'm
say,
like,
as much as everyone hates the
Saturday
present time, they
afternoon.
always
Yeah.
yearn for it. They always yearn for it. And
Although the
yeah,
Pats should be at night, I think.
yeah,
Broncos should be Sunday
if this was
later, I think.
2013, the Seahawks are on Sunday night and the Pats are on Saturday night,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that's definitely how it would be done. Um, alright, we're already looking ahead, like, we're excited, but we still got a lot more football to
Yep.
talk about.
We
We
got a
got
lot of good
the
games.
we got the Bears. Move on from them. I guess, like, we're not really giving too much credit to the Rams, but I don't think they deserve too much credit. It should be interesting what they do against the Bears. I think it'll be a good game, but you know,
You want a
they were
playoff game.
yeah, they won a
Overcame
playoff game.
adversity. Take
Yeah,
credit.
that's true.
Take
It
credit
could
for
have
that.
been heartbreak, and I guess they overcame that. Yeah, so like, all right, I'll give them that. Um,
The defense is a little concerning, though.
yeah, it's just concerning. It's just concerning stuff. I didn't think they would be able to pass on them again. Like, I knew they would. That's what they would have to do, but like I didn't think they would let them do it. Um, all right, Bears coming down 21-3, 25 points
Did
in the fourth
anyone,
quarter.
you think any Packer fan felt even okay at halftime? Like, I'm sure there were some stupid ones that were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this game's it. Like, this is how it always was." But like, I'm watching, and that thought popped in my head of like, "Man, this is kind of a bummer that this game isn't good." And then I remembered like
Mhm.
how this Bears operates. I was like, "God."
It's
Oh,
not over yet.
and then you even said last week when we were previewing it that like if the Packers hit a stretch where they just can't complete a pass for like 9 minutes, it's exactly what happened. They're
Yep.
just like totally anemic on offense for like probably 24 minutes in the second half, and like that's what the Bears do. You leave that door like you missed the
It's
two
come
kicks in
crawling
the fourth
back.
quarter, and yeah,
It has come crawling
it was
back.
uncanny, uncanny.
It
Talk about a
was
representation of the team season
oh, yeah. Yep, the
on
Packers.
both sides.
Big
Packers got up
time.
early, everything fell apart.
No, and they were like everyone especially they got the Parsons trade, they got up early as in, like,
Yeah,
August.
right.
That's when they
Yeah.
got up, and it was like, "This team's gonna win the Super Bowl, like, this team's ready to
Yep.
go, they're still the youngest team in football," and they just I don't know. It does make me happy to see them eliminated, especially in an epic collapse by the Bears, and having being on that side of the Wise Bowl. Now this is our first Wise pick, we had a Wise Bowl on this, so
Yep.
I gotta humble brag on it. Um, and, like, this Caleb Williams stuff is crazy. I mean, Colin Cowherd said it, I was listening to him on Monday, and he's like, "I don't really care that he throws for 50% of his completions, like, look at the completions that he's making, like, he's just ripping it down the
But
field."
it's not like at some point they're gonna be down 30-3 in the fourth quarter, and like no matter how many passes he completes,
It's
they
not gonna
can't
be
win the
enough.
game, right? Like at
Yeah.
some point that has to happen at some point, right? I just
I
don't
think
know who in the
so.
NFC is capable of like the Rams, I guess, could hang 30 on them. I feel like that's the only way that they lose is they get down by so much that they literally can't score the points in the fourth quarter.
It does show, like, it does feel like this team feeds off the personality of Ben Johnson. Like, I do think Ben
Yeah.
Johnson is just crazy. Like, he's just a crazy dude. Like, he's just like, the handshake, I love the handshake picture. It's him just running up and, like, he just, like, runs up to Matt LaFleur, just, like, runs away, like, sprints. And, it's so funny, like, just watching a grown man do that, and he has, like, the biggest smile ear to ear while, while he's doing this thing. So, I mean, I was in on the Bears, um before the game. I was in the Bears. It seems like for a while now. I feel like I kind of grabbed them early on in the season, and they're just they do feed off that energy, and they're just a wild team. Like they're down, they're sporadic. They throw some bad picks, and then all of a sudden they're throwing Michael Jordan 4th and 10s to Roma Doomsday or whatever, however long that was. I don't think it was 4th and 10, but that crazy pass to Roma Doomsday. And I was like, once I saw that happen, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna do this again. They're gonna do this damn bullshit
Yep.
again." Um, I really don't like I do like it's such a bad collapse that people are talking about Matt LaFleur getting fired. I would laugh. I would laugh out loud if the
I thought
Packers
we were
did that.
talking about that before.
We
Like, weren't there
did, and
rumors
it still
already?
doesn't make any sense. Like I understand the collapse. I understand they went 9-8-1, but you're not gonna end up getting a better coach. There's 9 coaching spots available right now. What makes Green Bay so much better than the others, and who are you gonna find that's better than Matt LaFleur right now? Who is available that's better than
Yeah, that's yeah, right.
it's just
Unless you
it's
wanted
not even
like
in the
you want
questions.
Tomlin.
Yeah, you're gonna drag Tomlin. Tomlin's going to TV. We can talk about Tomlin too.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to TV for a year.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just think that this is crazy without any interceptions. It's very reminiscent of what the Falcons did in their collapse in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. It's very similar. They just kept throwing the football. They couldn't get a run
Yep.
game established, and even the Packers got lucky at the beginning of the game, like the Watson fumble that just lands in the end zone and Romeo Dobbs jumps on it.
Yeah,
Like
that they had.
the what you cut out for 1 second. So what'd you say?
There were a couple fumbles that they
Yeah, and they
recovered in
just
that
kept
game. The one
recovering.
with Utah,
It was
the one where like the lineman like just booted the ball 15 yards down the
hmm
field, which was an awesome play. But yeah, there were a couple moments where it's like this could be catastrophe.
and then it just slowly and slowly became a catastrophe. Like there was all those
Like the
moments
odds
for
were
it
on
to
their
be
side and they
a
refused.
yeah, exactly. Like, there was all these moments for the game to flip like that, like a snap of the
Yeah.
finger, and then it just didn't happen, and it slowly turned into exactly what everyone thought was gonna happen. It is I just do like seeing new, like, all-time chokers every once in a while. Like Matt LaFleur, I think, is added to the list. He was already probably in the list for some people as well, but, like, he's a part of, especially in recent history, just all-time coaching chokers.
What's the list? Because they lost to the Bucks in the NFC Championship.
Yes.
Then they got beat by the Niners
Yep.
in a game that they were favorites. That was at home.
Mhm.
Then they missed the playoffs. They got beat by the Lions at home in the last week of the season.
Yes.
Then I wanna
What'd they do last
say
year?
they lost to the Niners again
Yeah,
in a
they
game that
did.
they could have won, and then last year they lost to the Eagles.
Mm.
I might have missed one game, but I think that actually might have been
I think that was pretty good. I think that was pretty good.
off the dome.
Yeah. I think
Packers
that was
under Matt
pretty good.
LaFleur. I think did they make 2 NFC championships, or am I just thinking they were the 1 seed twice? I think the Niners year, they were just the 1 seed, but that was a divisional game.
Yeah, it was a divisional game. They were the 1 seed, and the Niners came in at Lambeau.
Yeah, in a gross game.
Yes. That was with Jordan Love too, right? This when
No,
they
that was
weren't in
Rodgers.
Jordan Love didn't make the NFC Championship though, right? But lost to
No, they lost to the Niners twice.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
one
yeah,
year
yeah.
they lost with Rodgers, the other time was in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. That makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, this is year 7 of LaFleur. That's a long time.
Yeah, but he's been one of the best head coaches of all time, like,
Oh, I
percentage-wise.
agree. I just didn't realize it was that long.
Those would be the arguments for it, but it's like, come on. And you can't also wanna make Malik Willis the Titans or the Falcons franchise quarterback, or the Cardinals franchise quarterback, and then also say Matt LaFleur needs to get fired by the Packers. Those 2 statements cannot be go hand in hand.
No, agreed.
And they were super injured. They're a weird team. It does feel like it's funny. It's like, alright, maybe the all young thing, um, maybe it's not the best for football. Maybe you want some unks that have been around the block a little bit. Because that being said, because the Bears had Joe Tooney and Grady Jarrett, who were in the Super Bowl 23 or Super Bowl 28 to 3, Super what is that, 51, um, collapse. They were both a part of that game, one on the Patriots and one on the Falcons. Did you hear that they had a speech before the season? And that came out, like, last week. Did you
Sorry,
hear about that?
what?
The Bears have Joe Tooney and Grady Jarrett, who played for the Falcons and the Patriots in that Super Bowl.
Mhm.
And apparently in the preseason, they had like a discussion with the team about what it was like and like what each side did, what the defense did to lose and what the offense did to win. And and now here they are. Like they've done this multiple times throughout the season. It's almost like it was baked into their DNA from that speech or whatever. It is
I didn't even know Grady Jarrett was on the Bears, to be honest.
yeah, he signed for big money like a year ago and hasn't been very good for the Bears. But
Yeah.
it's power to him for actually speaking about it. I can't believe like the worst day of my life. What was it like? Um, but that it just shows you that I feel like the Packers need some older guys that have been around, have been in these playoff games, or else. And like they do have
Yeah,
Jordan
they
Love's
really
been
don't.
in a couple, but like, huh?
They really don't have anyone,
No, everyone's under 25.
like a true vet.
Yeah, they don't have any like standout guy that's like a true like if Michael Parsons has been in the playoffs, yeah, but like that's like really been around the league and like
Yeah.
so it's an interesting concept, honestly.
That's the offseason plan is get some unks in the building.
I think that would be my plan. That would definitely be my plan. Um,
Eventually, we have to stop talking about how young they are and start talking about how they can win more football games.
Yeah, exactly, how they can win some football games. Alright, Bills, Jags. Another great game. 4
Yep.
fourth quarter lead changes, right, in this game? That was this one? It's where it's back and forth, back and forth.
Felt like it. I don't
I
know the
believe it was
exact
this
count.
one. But I honestly this was the one I was wrong. This was I went 2-1 in the wise picks. This was my loss. Yeah, I thought they would bottle up James Cook. I was right. I thought Trevor Lawrence would play pretty good. I was right. And I didn't think Josh Allen could do it all by himself, and I was wrong. I was dead wrong. He could do it by himself. He could do it by himself. He's thrown it 12 times or 12 catches to Khalil Shakir. Like he is, I liked him in fantasy and he's like a nice slot guy, but when you have to throw to him 12 times in a playoff game, I would lose it. I would lose my mind. His best wide receiver um played 22 or not his best wide receiver, but one of the wide receivers, Terrell Shavers, played 22 snaps on a torn ACL in the second half.
Crazy.
And Gabe Davis also tore his Achilles. So it's like they're even the guys that are bums on other teams getting cut and getting going to the Bills are now getting injured on the Bills. Um, their wide receiver management here, like they're gonna rely on Keon Coleman, who had one catch for 36 yards. Um, Shakir did have
Good
12
to hear that
targets,
news
so he
about
had
thinking
12
about
catches.
the Cam
Uh,
Newton
it's the
play.
best. That's honestly why I brought it up, just because I love that video so much. Like they're gonna have to rely on Keon Coleman, the cookie guy, the Cam Newton cookie guy.
You're playing like a bum.
Yeah, you're playing like a bum, like the bum that he's talking about. They're gonna have to rely on. Um, like you can only do so much with Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. I do think that they like that's a good tight end duo. I think Kincaid could get targeted a couple more
Yep.
times, but still 5 targets for him. Um, long story short, James Cook was bottled up, and Josh Allen was able to do it all by himself.
I think the big question coming out of this game is that model sustainable? Because like they actually played pretty well defensively for 3 quarters. Um, and in the fourth quarter, all bets were off.
Hmm.
Obviously, made the game-winning play at the end. Um, but like not being able to run the ball is not gonna like you're not gonna win in Denver, right?
Yeah, no one's been able to run the ball against the Jags. They haven't had a 75-yard rusher all year.
Yeah.
So that's the counterpoint to it. So it's like nobody know like this was expected. But d- I think Denver is the perfect test, right? I mean, it is a playoff game, so they all should be perfect tests. But it is the perfect team to see how what the length of which this Josh Allen can do it all by himself can go, right? That's basically what you're asking here.
Yeah,
How
pretty
far can we
much.
stretch this? If they beat the Broncos, I think they can win the Super Bowl, which is scary for me to
Oh,
say.
absolutely.
Like they could
Absolutely.
definitely, yeah. Because we've seen people do it without great wide receivers, but it's really recently it's been without great running backs. I don't know. Mahomes had it that one year where he was throwing to a bunch of nobodies when they beat the Niners.
Wasn't it 2 years?
Yeah, yeah. I think he had two. I think
People,
the back to
like
back years they were pretty
you didn't
terrible
really
wide
have a
receivers.
number one receiver. Yeah.
I mean, like Rice, but he's all sorts of. And he did. They didn't. Anyways, but I don't know how sustainable it can be, especially with the defense looking as bad as it did. Like I know it got the takeaway at the end of the game, but it led up 24 points and did not looked pretty like looked like the Jags were able to do what they wanted. Like I know he threw 2 interceptions, but both of them
Mm.
were kind of off the hands of Jaguars and then bounced into the Bills' hands. Like if they don't get lucky
Mhm.
in those two spots, the Jaguars could have easily won this game. So
Yeah, they also had the fourth down, like when they were inside the 10. Were they that close? Maybe inside the 20 that they didn't get by like
yeah,
half a yard. So
yeah, I remember that. They also forgot to run the football. Liam Cohen was doing so good all year, and they just forgot to run the football. Like, look at the running backs' numbers. It's crazy, including Trevor Lawrence, who ran for 5.2 a pop. Like, Tootin had 12 yards to carry. Like, come on. Come on. Let's try this out more than 4 times. It's disappointing. It's disappointing to see. I guess I'm excited for the Bills. I really, really don't wanna play
Yeah,
them.
you're
I
okay to not be excited. Or you're
yeah,
allowed to not be excited.
it is yeah, I don't know. It was cool to see Josh Allen do that, I will say. He's a good player. He's fun to watch, as much as it pains me to say that. Um, I really don't wanna play them. I really just don't wanna play them. That would be so annoying. And it would literally be a repeat of what you had last year, which is insane. We're just, again, flipping seasons.
Yeah, except you'd be at home, and the Eagles
Oh.
last year are way better than the Bills this year.
Oh, so you're talking like that's true, we would be at home. I almost would rather be away. That would be so much sweeter. Um, anyways, we don't have to talk about hypotheticals about that, but it sounds like you think we could beat them.
I mean, you already did
Yeah, I know we
once.
did, but no, I
You're
well,
scared. Really scared.
I don't wanna go to the Bills. I don't I guess they get to come to us, but I don't wanna play the Bills. I am a little scared, I'll admit it. Because you know how annoying it would be to have a great season be ruined by Josh Allen? So annoying to me. Bother me so
It'd be a
much.
shame. That would be a perfect arc for Bills fans, though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's, like, exactly what they want. They don't want they like, this is exactly what they've always wanted. Like, they of course, they wanna beat Mahomes, but what they really wanted to do was beat us.
Yeah.
That's it, like, that's what they really wanna do. Wanna and then if they freaking win the Super Bowl, they wouldn't shut up about it. They would never shut up about it. 'Cause they'd be like, "Remember who we had to beat to make it to win our first Super Bowl?" Like, "You guys." Freaking lose my mind. I almost would rather lose to the Texans than lose to the Bills next round. It bothered me so much. And my my old roommate who's a Bills fan has just, like, been texting me more and more on Instagram and on just texting about the Bills, just glazing him. Just glazing the Bills. And I'm like, "God, it would make me so happy to beat them." Um, alright. I got wrapped up into personal bias there. That's my bad. Almost forgot we were on air for a second. Um,
I know exactly this feeling. Like, the Phillies played the Mets in the playoffs 2 years ago, and the whole month of September, I was like, "Please don't let it be the Mets. Please don't let it be the Mets. Please don't let it be the Mets." Like, and then it was, and they lost, and it was just as bad as I thought it would be.
oh my god. Like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like I know how it's gonna feel. Like if the Texans beat us, like, sure, so my friends can talk some crap, but really not a lot. Like, not a lot of their teams are doing any good. So it's like
Yeah.
and I don't know any Texans fans. So it's like having to know a Bills fan too would just freaking murder me. It's so
So
awful.
you'd rather go to Denver than host
Oh
Buffalo?
yeah. Yeah,
Is
I'd
that what
rather
you're
go
saying?
Denver. Yeah. Give me Bo Nix. Let me put Bo Nix away. Let me put Bo Nix
I guess
away.
that is a fair argument. It's like, once you get like, you're telling me AFC Championship game, and I get to choose between facing Bo Nix or Josh Allen.
Taking Bo Nix every time.
Obviously, there are several other factors, but it's hard. Like, in the playoffs, it's hard to think about anything other than what quarterback am I facing.
No, I'd rather pick Bo Nix every time. It would and it that would be sweet. And I wouldn't really like I would of course I would want to win. I would want to go to the Super Bowl, but like if we lost, I wouldn't be as again, I know one Broncos fan, but he would talk some shit. But he talks about shit about everything, so it's like it wouldn't be an issue. All right. Let's keep going. Jaguars, did you see the reporter? I'm just kind of do what the reporter
Yes,
said. They were like,
of course.
great season. And it became this whole
Mhm.
controversy. It's like, God forbid somebody be nice for a
Controversy.
second. Yeah, people were pissed. Did you not see the journalists?
Why?
There were like misuse of credentials and like waste of time.
So the journalists were pissed.
Yeah, the journalists were pissed. Like the other people trying to get questions to Liam Cohen. If you don't know what we're talking about, Liam Cohen got asked by a
It
journalist.
looked like it meant something to him. Like,
Did
he
mean
seemed
something to
to
him. Yeah, I think it did. The reporter just said, instead of asking a question, just said, "By the way, great season. Like, basically, we're the Jaguars and we suck all the time, and, like, we thank
Yeah,
you for
keep your
coaching
head
your
up.
good. Yeah. So, I thought it was a nice message. I thought it was great. So,
I thought it was nice too. I was like, "Yeah,
yeah, God forbid there's any
good for that
class in the
lady."
world anymore.
Yeah.
Journalists out of all people have to be upset about something. God forbid the journalists are upset.
I will say that would never happen in a real sports city.
No.
Like, can you imagine a
But
Boston
they're
reporter?
not a real sports city. Like, they're not a real sports city. And if they eventually win enough football games under Liam Cohen, that message is gonna go down in infamy because no one's ever gonna been said that ever again. That'll be the only time a coach ever gets thanked for anything in Jacksonville, because it'll just be run of the mill. Like, if they lose next year in the wild card, nobody's gonna go start thanking his ass. So, this is it. This is their one and done. This is a shot.
Yeah,
He
that's
needs to be a Jaguar legend now.
gonna put more pressure on him now.
I think so. They thanked him. Like, you can't start sucking after someone thanks you. That now you have someone to let down, like, someone personally to let down. You already have the whole city of
Right.
Jacksonville, but now you have someone personally to let down. Maybe it's a bad sign. Maybe it's a bad omen.
Maybe.
So basically what I'm getting at here is from our conversation, it's a moment in history. That
Oh, yeah,
thank you is a moment in
an
history right
inflection
now.
point.
Yeah.
Where
It's an
what are you gonna do with
inflection
this
point.
Liam Cohen?
Yeah.
You gonna be happy with this little 13-win season you had and you lost went
You gonna
0-1 in the
take this thank
playoffs,
you?
or
You gonna take this
you're
thank you,
gonna
or you
you're gonna
gonna
sack up and you go be a man and win some more football games? Learn a lot about him, the whole
I think we
operation.
are gonna learn a lot about him.
I mean, they don't have a first round pick this year, and they
No,
gotta
it's
play
time
a
to
first
buckle
place
up.
schedule, so
Also, not having a
ready
first
for
round
him to
pick for
look at
Travis
some good.
Hunter, uh, even though Travis Hunter barely played this year, they're gonna probably use him. Like, I think they should use him at cornerback. Like, they have 3 good wide receivers. They have
Yeah.
Parker Washington, they have Jacoby Myers, and they gotta keep trying out, um, what's his name? Brian Thomas. They can't just give up on him. So,
No.
I think you
Yeah,
switch
I don't know
Travis
why you
Hunter
trade
full-time
for
corner.
Myers of
Why
that
you
in
trade for
mind,
who?
right? For Jacoby Myers.
Well, I think because it
And
turned around their
extend it,
season
right?
at the end of the year, right?
Right, but, like, you don't make a move like that when you have like, when you invested 2 first round picks in a guy, and they're paying Jacoby Myers,
Yeah.
right? Like, he's not a free agent,
No,
right?
they extended him. They just extended him.
That's why yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, so they probably looking to make him
We'll see.
cornerback, no?
I mean, he was always supposed to be a better quarterback, right?
That's what I always thought. I always thought he would be a better cornerback, especially because he has the hands of a wide receiver. Like, that's always the issue with cornerbacks. It's like, that's why they put you on defense. Like, that's the joke.
Yeah.
So now this is a guy who could play offense as well. So his contested catches are gonna be as a wide receiver doing it instead of a cornerback. But long story short, what I'm trying to say is you give up Mason Graham, yes, and you give up this pick this year, which is what? Now it's 22, 21, something like that. Is that the pick?
Like that, yeah.
But it's really
Yeah.
not that big of a deal. I'd rather have Travis Hunter.
It could be worse.
Yeah, definitely could be
Could
worse.
be a
You
lot
could Yes. I mean, look at what almost happened to the Falcons, giving up like almost a top 5 pick to the Rams. Like, that's what people expected out of Jacksonville because it's Jacksonville. So, um anyways, we're giving a lot of praise to Jacksonville. Buffalo tugged it out. Josh Allen tugged it out. I think that's all. That was a great fourth quarter, back and forth. Um, all right, I think we covered that game though. Honestly, Eagles. This game, this game was a lot like it was. It felt like a completely different sport than the other 3 games that we watched. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just watching the Eagles play offense, it's like, woof, man, woof. It is just the most boring offense of all time. I'm gonna look. I didn't do this earlier. I should have done it. I need to look up Jalen Hurts' passing chart because I don't know if he has a single completion over the middle.
I mean, it's
Um,
like, how many times are we gonna say, like, during this recap that a game is representative of a team's entire season?
It's the best
Like,
part about the playoffs. It's like you can't hide who you are. You can't
yeah,
hide who you are.
the playoffs come for everybody, and
Yeah,
yeah,
they
I
come
mean, I guess we
knocking.
could lead with Kevin Patulio is now out, so we don't have to speculate on that, right?
Yes.
Um,
It's funny. It's
but
one
like,
thing like our pod, sorry, not to cut you off, but our pod normally
no,
comes
you're
out
good.
basically for Spotify and listeners. It's basically Wednesday, which is annoying because like a lot of sports podcasts, it's always Monday, but they're always wrong on everything that they like that we get to see happen. So it's like we at least we get to
Yeah.
analyze the game and be right about whatever news is going to happen. But that that being said, yes, Kevin Petula is fired, so we don't need to speculate on that.
Yeah. And it felt like there's no other path forward. Like they couldn't in their right minds keep him around, right?
No,
Um,
I think I think they would have to trade AJ Brown if they kept him around, which they might have to do anyways.
I don't think they can. The cap hit is too big if they
I
trade
don't know
him.
why they would want to.
Well, yeah, right. I guess that is the
Like,
first
what are you
hurdle.
gonna
Is
get?
yeah,
You get a
and
second round
you
pick?
AJ Brown.
Yeah, yeah, it's not gonna be AJ Brown. Yeah. Um,
um,
sorry, keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Also, for what it's worth, AJ Brown can't be freaking out on the coaches and then drop the pass in like the biggest spot in the game.
Twice.
And I know they right, and I know they converted like the next down, but still, like that can't be happening.
No, definitely not. But he got it's funny, like, I don't think they can trade him, A, but also B, he got kinda punked, like, by himself. Like, he was all
Yes, he did.
season,
He
like,
played himself.
yeah, he did kinda play himself. And and I think that completely tanked his own draft value. So if he wanted to truly be out of Philadelphia, like, he those drops in the playoffs, the last thing everybody looks at before the season's over ain't gonna help you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that would actually matter in trade. They're not going to trade him. They can't like
No.
financially. I don't think they can do it. They
No,
already
I
are
don't
in
think so.
such a various situation with their cap that. Um, but yes, he did kind of punk himself. Have you heard the four verts thing that that final play call on the 4th and 11 was just four verts?
Yes.
I haven't I haven't watched the video, but apparently there's a video breaking it down. It's so funny.
It is funny
I feel
to
like
think about.
for for us guys that like didn't play a lot of football and are us playing football was just playing Madden.
Yeah.
Like that's an easy way to be like, oh, okay, so this guy just is
It's
like a
hopeless.
13-year-old that
Yeah.
like, oh, 4th and long, end of the game. I mean, four verts,
4
always work.
verts. That's what we're gonna call here. It is it's astonishing, and it's I think it's so funny that, like, on the broadcast, Tom Brady's like, "I think they ran out of plays." Yeah, I've never heard this before. It's like he's like, "I think they had, like, 70 plays, and they have no more plays."
Yeah,
So now it's 4th and 11, and they have to call timeout before the 4th and 11, which was actually
yep.
kinda big because they could have had the
Yeah, because they
Niners
couldn't get the
punt,
ball back. Yep.
and yet they had to call timeout for it. They sit in the timeout, and what do they talk about? They just sit there and go, "4 birds, guys. 4 birds. It's our only hope."
Well, that's the other damning clip of them like huddling up and just looking at each other like we don't know what the hell's going on.
I heard about that clip, but I did not see it. I have to verify if that's as good as it is, but
I like it is shocking that this is like an NFL run offense. Like how bad is Nick? I like Sirianni is way more to blame, I think, for giving him the keys to the offense.
way more to blame because his only job is to, like, manage them. Like, he's not calling any plays. I
That's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and complete like, the Eagles fans have known this since week 11, maybe week 8. I mean, this isn't just popped up. Like, this
No.
like, how do you let this guy have the reins for this long and this, like, basically unrestricted power? Like, nobody's gonna tell you who else is calling plays? Like, it's literally him. So it's like, there's not any other so when that's what happens when 4th and 11 shows up and he says 4 verts, That's why they're confused. They have no one else to go to. No one else to say anything else. And yeah, it is glad the Eagles fans are rejoicing that he's finally gone. It's like the Emperor has died in Star Wars. It's like you can hear. I feel like in Maryland you can hear Philadelphia's like cheer when that happened.
Apparently, his house got egged a month ago.
I remember hearing about that story. That was right after the Easter Bunny, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, this was like, and that's the
I'm
other part
fine
about
with
Nick
it.
Sirianni. I wouldn't fire the guy. He just won the Super Bowl. Same conversation
No,
like
he's
Matt
been to
LaFleur.
2 Super Bowls and won one.
I know. But I gotta say, for a guy who has to mandate vibes, the weirdest vibes in all of the NFL.
In two of
does
the last
any
3
players
years.
like each other?
I don't know what's going on.
It's insane. Like, why was there a bunny in the middle of the season? Why is there why is the wide receiver on Instagram tweeting this and just a bunch of bullshit? The quarterback's a fortune cookie. Can't throw over the middle of the field at all. The linebackers for the
Reckon
Niners are
I'll
awful.
play again.
Sam Darnold is going to eviscerate the middle of the field with JSN next week.
Oh,
Just he's going to
let's.
tear them apart. Their linebackers are terrible.
I know. Well, it's Eric Kendricks, who I think we talked
Yes.
about earlier this season. Wasn't he on the Cowboys? Or was that
I
last
thought
year he was on the
he was
Cowboys?
last year was on the
Maybe.
Cowboys,
Yeah.
where he was a year after being washed on the Vikings.
Yes.
So it's like he was Vikings legend, washed on the Vikings, washed on the Cowboys, cut until about week 3. Now he's on the 49ers.
And looked like the best player on the
And
field.
looked like the best player on the field. There was no spark to this Eagles offense all year long, and they never got it. They never picked it up.
Yeah. They did run Saquon well. I will give him that.
Is it going to be a problem
As
though?
again,
Like if Lane
one of
Johnson
the
retires, are they ever going to win a football game again? Like why does the whole team revolve around Lane
it's a
Johnson?
very fragile operation.
It's
It's
like
like a Jenga.
it's like
Like you
oh my
poke that
god,
Lane Johnson piece out and just
oh my god, the Eagles offensive line, they're terrible this year. Why? They lose a bunch of pieces, lose a bunch of people to injury? No, they lost one player. I guess they did lose a second guard in the guy that went to the Chargers and sucked for the Chargers.
back then, yeah.
Yeah. It was the pass from Drawn Jennings being the longest pass of the game was just the icing on the cake, I think.
That was
Um
poetic.
it was very poetic.
The Niners didn't look very good either.
No, they didn't look
Like they
great,
had
but they
big
also
plays
scored
on
3
offense.
points at the week before. So it's like
Yes.
it felt like the Eagles could come back at any moment. Anytime they wanted to, the Eagles could have come back and won the game.
Yeah. I don't think either of these teams are very good, to be honest. Like that
No,
was just a bad game of football that we watched.
it was a sloppy game of football. I'd agree. I don't think they're very scary. I don't think the Rams should be scared of either of them. I don't think the Seahawks should be scared of
The
either of
Rams
them.
gotta beat the Bears first.
Yeah, I think the Rams should be worried about the Bears. I don't think the Bears should be worried about them. Um, yeah, that's they're not great. I think San Francisco is probably going to
Yeah,
lose next round. They might not. They'll
I
probably
do too. The
score
only
more
thing
than
is
3 points, but they're definitely going to lose.
yeah. The only thing with them is just like Shanahan wins so many games in the playoffs. Like I feel like they've done this before
You
where
just
it's
can't win the
like
big one.
right, yeah, he could get to the Super Bowl, but
Well, and the fact that it's also Salah being back too, it's like talk about time machine. Like, we're back in like
yeah,
2020. It's like
yeah.
COVID just happened and Robert Salah's on the 49ers. He's about to go be the Jets head coach again.
I did hear his name thrown out for
Oh,
a
he's gonna
job
get some
next year.
interviews.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna
I
get some
think he
interviews.
like he's one of those guys that he just goes to a place that's like you can't succeed at.
Yeah, he'll go to like the
Right.
Raiders and they'll suck again, and everyone will be like, "Why?
That's
Why
what it
didn't it
was.
work?"
No, it was a ESPN article and it was like predicting the
Robert
like
Saleh would
which
go to the
coach would
Raiders.
fill. Yeah. Also,
Yeah, I was gonna
I'll
say,
have
it
to.
seemed like the only issue about Robert Saleh, I mean, there was a lot of issues with him as head coach. His time management's not great, which it seems like none of them are. But the main issue was that he was on the
Because
New
that's
York
not what they
Jets.
do. They don't know how to manage the clock.
No,
They
they
sit and they
just
watch
they
film
need a
for
twerp
hours
that
and
plays
hours.
Madden. They
Yeah.
need their, like, own 13-year-old son to be sitting next to him, like, in his
Like,
gaming
"Dad, call a
chair.
timeout."
Yeah, exactly. "Dad, come out. What are you doing, Dad? What are you doing?" Think about it, and it's probably the most annoying thing to the father, so it's like, "Fine, fine, fine, time out."
"Call a timeout. Shut
"Shut
up."
up." Yeah, it's fine. We get you to be quiet for 5 minutes. Yes, we'll call a
Like,
timeout.
"Oh, shoot, you might have been right there. We have way more time now."
Yeah, you were talking about can the Bills pull this, out of their butt? Like, there's no way the 49ers can pull this out of their butt again. Like, Demarcus
No,
Robinson is gonna get
I'm pretty
111
willing.
yards.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty
That's the
willing to write them off,
it
so
it was it was kinda
if you
cool
will with
that
that in hand.
say again?
You know, and he said, "Do with that what you will,"
Yeah,
that I'm writing them off.
yeah, I'm right I mean, same here, and they'll probably somehow win.
They'll
Um,
beat, yeah, they'll beat
yeah,
Seattle. Well, like, we can't also say that we think Darnold's gonna choke in a big game
but
and
that can
then say,
definitely come
"Well."
later. The games just get bigger and bigger. It's almost even it's like building up to, like, um, the climax of the story for the epilogue of the ending of whatever game it is. Um, I do
Yes,
think
yes.
it is funny that and it's sad that Kyle Juszczyk or not that Kyle Juszczyk, that George Kittle tore his Achilles, but I do think it is funny that immediately they're like, "Kyle Juszczyk, you're in for Kittle. Like, you're Kittle now."
He was Kittle.
He was, yeah, and he played pretty well. He had to be
Yeah.
Kittle. He was very reliable in a
That
lot
gave
of
me so much
moments.
hope for Ben Sinnott. Like,
He
he could
could
totally do that.
yeah.
He could do everything that Juszczyk just did.
I just love that the fullback's back. The Pats threw their fullback on first
Yeah.
down in their playoff game. It's good to see some fullbacks being back. Um, yeah, they can't like I know Deron Jennings could have the game that Demarcus Robinson had, and Christian McCaffrey can have a better game than he had right now in this game. But those 2 interceptions come back to bite you in the butt against the Seahawks. They just didn't come to bite
Yeah.
him in the butt. Like he threw
I mean,
2
like,
perfect interceptions to the Eagles. Perfect. It was like, "Oh, you need to get back into the game. Here's an interception."
yeah.
And they
It's
just never
like,
capitalized on it.
are we forgetting, like, how awful they looked literally 2 weeks ago
Yes. No, I'm
against
not.
this
I'm
same
definitely not.
Seahawks
No.
team? I know you're not, but, like,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Niners hype,
No.
and it's like,
And they're a
eh,
fun team. They're a fun story. It's cool that everyone on
they
the
are.
defense is a rookie and like 7th rounder, but
Or Eric
um
Kendricks.
or Eric Hendricks, yeah, or yeah, or falling apart. Um but yeah, I just don't I love the talent on the Seattle defense. Um, It also helps that we didn't get to see them play, so you know, who knows what they look like. They just look as good as they look as good as the last team that they played, which was the San Francisco 49ers, who they beat and they allowed 3 points against. Speaking of
Um,
allowing 3 points oh,
wait, can I have
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's one more thing from the Bears game, actually, that we were talking about time management, and can I just say that the way that they handled the clock when they got down to, like, the 20-yard line, this is the Packers at the end of the game, was absolutely horrid. Like,
Walk
the
through it
deep
for me.
post. So they had the ball at, like, I know, around midfield. They picked up a big play, and then their center, like, tore his ACL or something, and
Mhm.
they had to take a 10-second run off that brought them down to, like, 22 seconds. And their first play after that, they had no timeouts, was a deep post to Christian Watson that took, like, 9 seconds off the clock. Why didn't they run 2 outs and then take 2 shots in the end zone? I
Teams
was
never
watching
do
it and I was
that.
like, it was happening so fast,
Teams
and I was like, "What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
yeah.
Why? How could you possibly throw the ball in that spot?"
They have these plays in mind when this situation's gonna happen, that when the situation does happen, they're like, "We have to run that play. We have to run that play. We have to run that play." And they don't think about the options that you presented where it's like And it's funny because 'cause I'm sure it happens to a lot of 13-year-olds playing Madden, they get all flustered and stuff, but, like, when you're playing Madden, that's always the move, is you just take 2 little out routes, and then you can actually use a 4 verts into the end zone to try to get something to go. You can get something over the middle with a crosser like that, but he just jumped right to his main play and messes up the whole sequence. All of a sudden, you're out of
And
luck.
granted, like if it was completed, they might have scored a touchdown on that play, but the alternative was you're down at like the 2, and then you had to spike and get one shot in the end zone, which I guess you take that. But it was a very risky play, and like if it's incomplete, which it was, you take off way too much time. It was
Bad
shocking.
clock management all over the board. Um, we have some comments saying the Ravens requested Salah. That might have been the team that you're thinking of.
Okay,
I wouldn't hate that. Trying to pick up for your mistakes on Mike McDonald. That's what it seems
that's
like.
fair.
And he said the Eagles should hire Greg Roman. That's the funniest of all outcomes. So getting Greg Roman is the best of all outcomes.
At least they would run the ball.
Which thank you, Ethan, because speaking of Greg Roman, the Greg Roman led Chargers scored 3 points against my New England Patriots. We didn't start with this. If it was a more interesting game, I would have definitely taken the center stage and started with it. It wasn't a great game. I don't really know what to say. We won. We did what we had to do. We didn't look fantastic. Keishawn Booty looked good. Hunter Henry looked. That was a beautiful ball to Hunter Henry. Um, Defense looked very good. The Chargers offense looked inept. Their best play almost the whole game was a Kamani Vidal pickup fumble run. Um, Pats had a pickup fumble. Like the Pats fumbled a lot too. Drake May looked a little sloppy. Some kinks in out of it, especially in the first half. It seemed like he was really taken back by the pressure of the situation and the pressure of the Chargers defense. Um, yeah, it was a slop fest, and we beat him in every statistical category. We gave him the ball at the 8-yard line. It resulted in 0 points coming from that start of the 8-yard line. There's 11 sacks between both teams, 8 punts between both teams, two two fumbles for both teams, a Drake May tipped interception. It was it wasn't very fun, but got the
No,
job done.
it was not fun at all.
No, we got the job done though. And it's funny, the second the touchdown happened, it was like, all right, it was similar to the Jets Thursday night game, the last time that we had a primetime game, where it was like, all right, we're just hanging around, we're hanging around. All right, we scored a touchdown, the game's over. Yeah. That's what it felt like. Um,
Yeah, I
but it puts away to bed this easy schedule. I don't care. I don't care. People can say that's a part of the easy schedule all you want. It's a playoff game. It's a playoff win. It's a playoff game. Um, Suck it. That's all I got.
I mean, it is one of those games where it's like, all right, there's really not a huge positive. I mean, like, obviously you were suffocating on defense, so that's positive, but it's not like you don't walk out at thinking like, wow, what a game. Like, so nice to be back in the playoffs. You're like, well, not in advance, right? I think that's all you can ask for.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it's funny that, like you said, the playoffs can't hide or you can't hide from the playoffs. The Chargers could not hide the fact that they did not have a single healthy offensive lineman. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, going up against a decent front, it's just a total disaster class.
I loved it when they ran the football. Every time they ran the football, I was like, just give me more of that. And then eventually towards the end of the game, it was every drop back. I was like, give me some more of that. Like I was
Yeah,
every play, I was good. Ethan said,
it's
I don't
almost
know how
sad
accurate
to
this
watch.
is. Ethan said, yeah, because Ethan said, I don't know if this is correct or not either, but he said Herbert had 31 dropbacks and was pressured on 30 of them. Uh, he did have 31 dropbacks. I'm not sure if he was pressured on 30 of them. It felt like he was pressured on 30 of them.
Oh yeah, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that is an absurd number.
No, and it's funny. It's like you can't hide who you are. What we talked about earlier. They never found their wide receiver, the Chargers. They never found him. They had three good ones, and they never found the one that was gonna be the number one. and this game was the same way. I mean, you look at these these Chargers receiving stats, they're almost all of them are 3 catches for 20 yards. Some 3 catches for 30, 3 for 32 for McConkey. I mean, it I know they had no time, they had no pressure, or they had all the pressure in the world, but, it was just abysmal game. Bad play calling by Greg Roman. I don't really know what they were supposed to call, to be honest, especially towards the end of the game, but just to get negative yards and starting at the 8-yard line, not even getting a single point is like that honestly, after that moment, I was like, "Dad, if we lose this game, like, I'm gonna be pissed." Like, we just let that like, we bended, didn't break, it was a great defensive stop, like, I'm gonna be pissed if we end up losing this game. I can't say the Pats look great either, though. They did not look great.
No.
I'm very nervous about I wanted the Steelers. I'm nervous about you said I was scared of
Of
the
course
Bills.
you
I'm scared of the Texans
Steelers.
too.
We
I
talked.
am
I mean, we were talking about the Texans at least a month ago about a
yes.
team that you did not want to see in the first round of the
No.
playoffs, and here they are in the second round.
Yeah, it's not much better. I thought it would at least be a little bit
Like
better. At
you,
least the
you struggled
schedule's
offensively against the Chargers.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this unit is they're legit.
The only thing that we have going for us is like literally literally the logos. We've done it against the Chargers before. That's why I wasn't so nervous going into it. Like they have a bad O line. Like I saw them when they were with Philip Rivers and playing fantastic, and they um can't like they even now this terrible Herbert team like they're not gonna beat us. And now the Texans, it's like I almost feel the same way with Stroud, where it's like I've seen
Yeah.
a little bit better Texans offenses come to us and like really good Texas defenses, but like those were also like Brock Osweiler. It's not like they were anything good.
You
So the logos is what I have going for me. The offensive line, I'm
guys are
very
fake.
scared of.
I like your underdogs.
Are we favorites? I didn't check.
Yeah,
It's
by three.
what what is it? By 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I don't know. The Texans offense sucks. Texans offense was
It does.
awful. But I think Drake like, what I'm nervous is about is, like, eventually, I would hope to not feel this about my quarterback, which I think eventually I won't. But as of right now, sitting here with his 2nd playoff game coming on Sunday against his Texans team,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a I don't think it's a crazy chance that the Texans defense can score a 3rd touchdown this playoffs. Like, Drake May was fumbling it all over the place. Like, I think that they could definitely scoop one up, and they're all fast, and they're all freaking monsters out
They're
there.
so fast.
They're all ripped. It's like you look at them after like they score the touchdowns and they're all celebrating and they're like, "Holy crap!" They would like eat me. They would just like pick me up and just like throw me across the room.
And even their coach, like they cut to D'Amico Ryans, and it's like, whoa,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
dude, that's a man.
yeah. Chiseled chin and everything. It's that what I have going for me is like that they have to travel and they had to travel to Pittsburgh, but it's like I feel like the New England atmosphere. They definitely have some sort of playoff. Um, they got some home field advantage, a little bit of it. They got some playoff
Mhm.
home field advantage, and they definitely have some history in the building, which is always I don't know how much it actually helps, but it always seems like it helps. Um, and I just gotta keep believing in Drake May. His first career start was against the Houston Texans.
There you go.
They did not win the game.
What does that mean? Anything?
It means he was able to take the top off of Stingley with Kayshon Boutte. So
There you go.
it's possible. It's possible. Um, Anyways, that's the Pats game was terrible. That's my recap. It was nice to watch, nice to get a win, but it was an awful football game. And after a great weekend, it was disappointing. But it was funny. It was
Yeah,
disappointing, but then once we were up by enough, it was like kind of nice. It was like, all right, let's just slug
oh,
it
I'm sure it
out.
was nice for you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let him slop around for a little bit. We'll just beat the crap out of Herbert. Have him go to a hospital after this game. I actually felt bad for Herbert. I will say that point. I felt bad for him.
I was gonna say, like, it is funny how it's just like another year of the Charger of him not winning a playoff game, and like nobody has said a bad word about him.
Never,
Like this.
never. I don't think he deserves it. Like I understand, like it gets to a point where eventually you're just not. I guess you're just not a winner. But
But
and it's
like they've been surviving with this bad line for several weeks now, and they've won games.
mhm.
So it's not like this is something that's been the downfall. I mean, eventually it was, but it's not like it has been costing them that many games. Like it looks bad.
Yeah, but then they lost to the Commanders. They lost to the Giants. Like they've lost to some
Well,
bad
the
teams.
Commanders games like week those games were like weeks 4 and 5.
And it's only got worse.
But
But I guess
it wasn't
they
it
didn't get
didn't get
worse.
worse from
Yeah,
that
I know what you're
point.
saying. Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, but that's like they're not even a playoff team without Justin Herbert. Like that's why nobody's saying a bad thing about him. Like
Yeah.
they're not even close to the playoffs without Justin Herbert.
Yes, I agree. I'm just saying like, you know, maybe a little bit of accountability.
I think people are
Needed.
turning heads. I think this is
You think?
last year it's like some people were peaking, but people are starting to turn heads. I do think it'll come, especially when we get bored in the summer. There'll be once the QB top 10 QBs, top 32 QBs, once that list comes out, it'll Herbert will be the biggest debate, right?
Where did we put him last year? Like
I don't know, it's on our
7?
Instagram. The issue with our Instagram is that we go all over the place and make our own categories. We don't actually rank them from number 1 through 10.
Well, but they are ranked. Like mine are in order, I think. Ish.
That's fair. I'm scrolling on Instagram real quick. Let's see what we got. Um, oh, we just posted so many TikToks this year. Everyone make sure you follow the Instagram. Um,
This plug.
thanks. It was just taking forever to get to it because there's just so many. Where is it? Oh, there's
There's
Wise
just
Picks Week 2.
so much awesome content.
There is just so much awesome content. I'm getting lost in the sauce. Um,
It's okay. We can have the Herbert conversation. You're right. Later.
but we we did. I think we were pretty hammered this year. I don't think we gave
We've
up on
never been.
him.
No, no, no. We've never been the guys, I don't think, that have criticized Herbert. And
Oh, here
I'm
we
not
go.
anti Herbert. I'm just saying
I had him right next to Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, and CJ Stroud, which I think I'm gonna have him next year in the same category with probably the same
the
players.
Stroud
CJ Stroud did not look good last night.
did not look good.
No, he threw it to C Kirk, and that's about it.
D. Kirk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you not see that the Texans every time he gets a touchdown, they tweet out C Kirk instead of Christian Kirk or just Kirk. Every other player they'll just be like uh, Collins scores a touchdown.
Why?
I think it's
I mean,
I think it's for
I
Charlie.
know why. Like,
I
why?
think I don't know. I don't know. I
Does
don't
it boost
know.
engagement?
I probably boost a lot of engagement.
Yeah.
Um, but he was the player of the game. He's the only one that could get open. It seemed like Jalen Higgins had a couple good catches. Nico Collins got concussed. Um, Nico Collins and Christian Gonzalez are both concussed, so it's a race of who can get unconcussed first. Very important
His
to
doctor has the lowest standards.
who's going to clear him first. Um, and it should be an interesting race. I think that if Nico Collins was playing and Gonzalez wasn't out there, that would make me nervous. Um, but I think we can get. I think it's another bad O line here for the Houston Texans, and it's going to see which can the rookies of our team hold up against this monstrous D line, or can the bad players of the Texans O line hold up against our mediocre D line, and that's going to be the battle. The run games will be, I think, fairly similar. Woody Marks did have a really good game, but I think Stevenson or Henderson could both easily replicate that game by Woody Marks. So it should be a good game. But yeah, talk about a bad game. We didn't even mention the Steelers yet. They let them and Mike Tomlin have mutually parted ways. It does seem like it's pretty mutual. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly think that Tomlin was the one who wanted to leave.
Right?
Honestly, I think, yeah, I would be. I'd want a year off. I think he's gonna do TV. He's gonna do it. So Sean
That's what it
Payton did the
seems
same thing with the Saints, and
Yeah. You think he'll
so
come back though?
yeah, and they have to. Well, and that's why the Broncos had to trade a first round pick for him. So it's like the
Yeah, 'cause they're
Steelers
still
can go
right.
get something for him. Yeah, and I think that's the perfect way to play it for both teams. Because if you're the Steelers, you're gonna get this is like your eighth time getting a new quarterback for Mike Tomlin. You kind of
Right.
want to get a new coach and a new quarterback, see how it plays out. But if
Yep.
Tomlin wants to retire and go to TV, now when he wants to come back, you get to have his rights and you can get to trade him
Yep.
to whatever team wants him. So seems like it was pretty mutual. It seemed like it was what needed to happen. I thought
Yep.
it seemed like he just kind of came into the locker room and said it, so I think that was kind of cool. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers played terribly. He played awful. This might be the last time he's on a football field as a quarterback. Um, they had a pick six, or they had a fumble six, and then like what? Four
Late.
plays later, there was a pick six. It was a three and out, and then a pick six, something like that. So it was quite the abysmal performance by the Steelers offense. And then after the pick six, the last ever throw by Aaron Rodgers currently in his NFL career, here comes Mason Rudolph. And it's like, all right, well, you guys just literally threw in the white towel. Like, I wanted the Chargers to do that as a joke. Like, so I was looking at my dad, it was like the third quarter, right after the touchdown. I was like, can they just give up? And the Steelers were like, yeah, let me show you how to give up. Like, here's Mason Rudolph tossing the pigskin around. Actually, not even, just handing off the ball. Um,
I mean, in all fairness, that this game was more out of reach.
Yes, it was more out of reach. That is true, and he's like an old quarterback, but it's like, what are you saving him for? It's like, you're gonna go out like this, and I guess it only could have gotten worse, like, there wasn't in this scenario where it got any better. So, I guess you just kinda call it, but how disappointing.
It is a shame.
Especially for someone who wanted to play the poopy Steelers. Like, I wanted to keep this easy schedule train going, like, come on. Like, let's show me who you are in the playoffs. Yeah, by playing easy teams. That's what we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you how to beat easy teams in the playoffs. Um, sadly, I don't think that counts with the Texans. I think the Texans
Ooh, it
is not that
does
team.
not.
So
Does not.
yeah, I mean, this has got to be it. You got a fresh start now. I mean, and you got to get rid of Mason Rudolph. Just get him out of the building. He's got to be some toxic like sore. Like, he can't be there. After he got hit by Miles Garrett, that should have been it. The
I
fact that he's
know.
still on the Steelers is insane to me. Especially if what he like the reason why he got hit in the helmet is the real reason. I'm gonna let you do your own research for that one. But if that's the real research or the real reason for why he got hit in the helmet, how is he employed by the
I
NFL? There's no way that's the real
don't
reason.
think Tomlin would keep him on the team.
No,
I
I
think
don't think
that
so
was
either.
well. This is the conversation that's like 7 years too late, so
No, I know.
it's not worth it. But the photo of him had to take the face mask off,
Yes,
and
yes,
he
yes,
just has
yes. He just has the little helmet on. Which,
yeah.
uh,
After that, like you can't come back from that.
speaking of which, and it must be the body type. I kind of am answering my own question, but with Romeo Dobbs and Petrie on the Texans, it just like has to be like this short, fast guy, and it's like, all right, you're just like he looks like running around like Toad out there. It's like he's like running around in the middle of the field, and it's like going back and forth, and
The
especially
Guardian,
Petrie, like Petrie like runs and like hits people, and you're like, Toad's coming, and it's like, oh shit.
yeah.
I guess it'd be more comparable to like a Goomba. Like it's like, oh no, I got hit by the Goomba, and it's like the Goomba's the Goomba's like running at you, and it's like coming to tackle you.
The head really makes him look like Toad.
No, I agree. It's that big mushroom cap, and like normally I don't like to make fun of the Guardian caps. I respect people for wearing them, but like, God, it's always like this
Me
shorter
too, but
guy
they
that
look
looks
terrible.
so
Like
goofy.
there's no way around it.
No, you need to be an O lineman to do it. If you want to protect your head, you need to be an O lineman because nobody pays attention to them wearing it, and their heads are massive anyways. So
Yeah, I feel like you only notice it when they huddle up.
yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, with receivers, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and defensive backs, especially like a
Yeah.
one that they put all over the field too. It's like he's like in the middle of the field, and it's like you could look at the defensive thing. It's like spot toad, like trying to find him. It's like there he is. Stuff right behind the
At
middle
that point,
linebacker.
it's worth the CTE. It looks so dumb.
CTE or swag, you have to decide. Sadly, there's not much to talk about in this game either, and I think that's where I think that's where we leave it. That's how I felt. Um, I don't think Tomlin will get. Ethan's saying Tomlin got fired politely. I don't think he got fired politely. I think he wants to do TV. Um, what else did he say? I think the whole season there hasn't been a player who's got a concussion that's been able to play the next week. It always takes 2 weeks to come back. Um, I don't know what the plan for Gonzo is. I don't even know that he got a concussion. It's like some guy spotted him and then they had to go to the blue tent. He never came back. Sounds like a concussion, but like when you look at the play, it's not like it landed on his head.
Sometimes the jar, like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
rattles around in there.
Yeah.
I get it.
Ugh.
Yeah, weird to think about. I just think about the SpongeBob episode where Plankton's got to tape his brain to the bottom.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's weird to think about. Poor Gonzo. It's like the second we're in the playoffs, it's like, oh, our injury riddled cornerback got injured. Damn it. Uh, all right, I think that's all we got. No, we got any news? There hasn't been any
Yeah.
hirings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
Is it a slow cycle? Like, do teams usually have coaches by now?
I don't know. I was thinking about that earlier because they normally they next week, as you mentioned in our Saturday episode or last week's episode, that they have to wait till divisional round, right? To start interviewing people who are in positions now, like coordinators.
Like, oh yeah, like teams that are still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So maybe it's waiting on some of those guys because the big prize is hardball. So it's like if we're not gonna
Mhm.
we're not gonna sign anybody yet. Like who's gonna sign Cliff Kingsbury before Harbaugh and McDaniel and all them? Like so the
Yeah, but
domino has
those
to
guys,
fall
like, do
first.
everything. Yeah,
What? No, I know. I'm just saying
like
like
those guys.
mhm. But if you're gonna get a guy who's been fired or isn't in the playoffs, you'd rather wait for McDaniel or Harbaugh first. So those are the first,
Right.
like, yeah, because you need a
Stefanski.
or Stefanski, those three. So I think it's a three finger like wait like the office
Yeah.
meme.
Yep.
Um, and I also think maybe Harbaugh is waiting for a couple coaches to be fired, but in the final four, I don't think there's anyone that's gonna get fired. Or final
No.
eight,
Soon.
it's eight,
Yeah.
yeah.
Finally.
There's not going to be anyone that gets fired. So they should be probably starting pretty soon. Then I would say Harbaugh gets
Like
hired
this week.
within at the end of the week. That'd be fun. It's
Hope
exciting
so.
stuff. The off season is always so much fun. Like as much as the regular season and the playoffs are fun, it's like the off season is so much fun. Everyone loves a good unknown. Um, all right, you good to call it? I think I'm good. I
Yeah.
got nothing. All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and we'll see everyone. I don't know, probably Friday. Let's see why not. So, wise picks.